Welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 2023. It's opening day, Thursday, April 7th, 2022. As here are the preseason predictions. If you don't know how to get there, go reports info and go to preseason predictions. Yankees, Twins, and Angels projected to win in the AL, with the top hitter being Yordan Alvarez, top pitcher Robbie Ray. I could see that. I'm not as high on Robbie Ray as other people, especially after last season, but he's still a very solid pitcher. Then in the NL, they think the Mets will top the Braves, with the Marlins and Phillies both at 77 wins, so my Phillies there are not supposed to do well. The Cardinals winning the Central at 92 victories, and we will be fourth behind the Padres, the Giants, and the Dodgers, with the Dodgers winning the division according to the preseason predictions. With Juan Soto and Corbin Burns, I definitely see that as a top hitter and pitcher. Now we go back to reports and info, minor league system rankings. We're ranked at number 28, with only Zach Veen ranked 70th. Opening day, you can see all the matchups today. And the top prospects: number 10, Gabriel Moreno; number 9, Riley Green; number 8, Spencer Torkelson, who's a monster; number 7, Hunter Green, who's another monster. He will be making the opening day roster for the Reds, so good for him. Can he still hit? Yeah, no. So they have him purely as a pitcher nowadays, which is how it is in real life. I just wanted to know because the Ohtani rule is in the game. Grayson Rodriguez, Shane Baz, Francisco Alvarez, Julio Rodriguez, the top prospect in the top organization prospect-wise for Seattle. Adley Rutschman, who's another monster, but he has to come up soon. He's already 24. Why isn't he up? He's ready to go. Come on, what are you doing, Baltimore? And Bobby Witt Jr., the top prospect in baseball, much like real life. He's a guy that I like a lot, and I mean, it's hard not to like him. He's a monster. And then you look at our roster, so pretty much the same. We did cut a few guys down because we had to get down from 34 it was to 28. So we made the easy cuts like Ben Bowden, Julius Chasing. We're carrying 10 relievers right now, and we have 4 backup players. I really dislike how it goes if you go to lineups to overview instead of right-handed plus DH, how it used to be, or just right-handed if you were in the NL before this game. We get Dom Nunez, Colin Walker, Sam Hilliard, and Jonathan Daza as backups, as Daza is no longer the starter. Bud Black wants to go with the speedy Garrett Hampson, so we'll see how that works out, especially with Hampson at leadoff. Can Hampson bunt? He can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim past today and tomorrow, and we'll watch the highlights of opening day at home against the LA Dodgers. And finally, I have the highlights for opening day done, dusted, and ready to go. So, one man on, one man out. Kris Bryant first at bat as a part of the Colorado Rockies. Kershaw kicks, delivers, and it is in the gap. Rounding first and probably going to second, maybe even third. The throw in finally, and yes, to third. Bryant gets in there for a triple as Crone scores, so 1-0 Colorado took the lead. Then Charlie Blackmon came up in the 5th, 1-0 still. Blackmon hit a ground ball that got passed into the outfield, and he's going to take second base. Meanwhile, the runner moves up to third. Nothing came of it, so now up is Gavin Lux. Herman Marquez, he's been pitching a beauty today as he gives the pitch to Lux. Lux hit it well, though. It was carrying, and stopped at the wall, but Lux was able to get a 3-bagger out of it and pull into third base with no one out in the 6th. Mookie Betts came up. This ball got away, so Lux came in on the pass ball, tying it up 1-1. Mookie Betts was still up, though, 3-2 count. He was walked by Marquez. Justin Turner came to the plate, 0-2. He struck out, so Marquez was able to finally get his first out of the inning and his 9th strikeout of the game. He got out of the jam. CJ Crone, he came back up. He scored the first and only run of the game for Colorado as he pulled in with a double there. Bryant, he came back up, hit this ball well to pretty deep center field. Crone, who's not the fleetest of foot, was able to get to third. So with 1 out, man on third, Randall Grichuk, he came up, and Grichuk just flew this one right over the head of the third baseman, scoring C.J. Cron and giving Colorado the lead back and able to get into second base because that ball went pretty deep into foul territory. Brendan Rodgers, he came up with 1 out, and he looped this ball into center field, and that was able to score him. Score Grichuk, that is. Nick Bush is now in the game in the top of the 7th inning, and this ball was hit very well by Chris Taylor. Almost got out of here. Still no home runs, but it's another triple here in the vast outfield of Colorado. That's why having a good center fielder is huge. But he was able to get out of it. So then 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Clayton Kershaw, he's still pitching. He got a ground out, but the ball was thrown away. So it went over Freeman's head, it says, so pulling into second and scoring a run there. Then, bottom of the 7th inning, Justin Burrell came into the game, and it was bases loaded, 1 out for Daza. Daza hit this one into the gap. It scored 1, it scored 2, maybe even 3. 2 came in, so it became a 7-1 game. Colorado leading on a pretty much perfect opening day so far. Then in the top of the 8th inning, 2 on, 2 out, Freddie Freeman hits this one high, deep, and gone into the bullpen. So that made it a 7-4 ball game. 7-4, Charlie Blackmon came up with no one out in the 8th inning. He hit this ball into center field, and he pulled into first base. Ryan McMahon, he then came up, passed ball, got Blackmon to third base. And they were able to get a run out of it. Then, bottom of the 9th inning, Alex Colomé in, 2 outs, 2 strikes, Cody Bellinger up at the plate. The pitch, called strike 3. So 1-0, the Colorado Rockies started the year 8-4 over the LA Dodgers. The roster expansion date is over, and we are doing really well to start off the year at 12-9, a very surprising 12-9, I should say. The team is doing well in real life, but still, again, I still have to adjust this stuff to get it more what I want. Chris Bryant has been a monster, just making me eat my words. Elias Diaz, Brandon Rodgers has been very good. So yeah, offensively, we have been really, really good. Our worst guy being Randall Grichuk right now, which is not good. And I mean, power-wise, who is leading? Ryan McMahon and Brandon Rodgers. So Brandon Rodgers finally living up to what the potential was for him. I guess he had a fine year last year, but really stepping up right now. And then pitching-wise, Herman Marquez has been a monster for us, a 3.16 FIP in Colorado. Now, looking, of the 5 starts he's made, 4 have been at home. So he's doing all this stuff at home. And before his last start where he gave up 4 runs, he was doing, awesome work. But the reason I decided to stop here is because the roster expansion date ended. So we have to send down 2 players. And I think it's best to carry 9 relievers and 3 backups. So what I'm going to do is first I got to pick a reliever that I want to send down. And I think the guy will be Carlos Estevez. He has, Estevez has actually done good FIP-wise. I should have maybe looked a bit more at who I wanted to bring down. Peter Lambert has struggled a lot, and going by both ERA, FIP, and BABIP, Daniel Bard has really struggled. I really like Daniel Bard. I wanted to send Estevez down and not Bard, but from looking at Estevez, it looks like he's been more unlucky than he has been bad. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 relievers, and then we have 4 backups right now. And yeah, we got 2 backup outfielders. So it's either Sam Hilliard, who's a backup, or Jonathan Daza. Hilliard can play center field. He can play kind of well too. Daza, he can play the more the outfield total, but this is a tough one. He's a little bit better at center field than Hilliard, but I feel like Hilliard has more big potential. Although he does have to clear waivers, so if Hilliard has an option, I will just send him down. He does. So yeah, we are just gonna end up sending Hilliard down. use our depth charts, and then we'll fix the minors like that. So 12-9 right now. And then what I'll do is I will probably go up to maybe the beginning of June. Maybe the first year player draft is where I'll go up to in July. I don't know. I'll figure it out. High ankle sprain, 6 weeks. Chris Bryant will be out, and he's been playing really, really, really good baseball. 19-17 the Rockies are right now, so a massive loss. Our best player out for 6 weeks. At June 1st, we are 25-24, so still over 500, even with the Chris Bryant injury, and we've lost 3 out of our last 4. Really, we've struggled a bit as of late, but yeah, 25-24, so definitely starting to go down. We have had a few more injuries. Ashton Godot, who's out for a while, and Nick Bush, who's going to be out for the rest of the season and part of next year with a torn elbow ligament. Ryan Rollison, he is going to be coming back. We have him on a rehab assignment, along with Scott Oberg. He'll be back in a few weeks, rehab assignment, and Chris Bryant as well in a few weeks. Now, why have we been doing well? Well, our pitching has been very solid in the starting order. Harman Marquez has been a beast. You see there, I have reordered it. So yeah, FIP right there. He's pitching very well. Then behind him, Anthony Santazella, he's also pitching pretty darn good. Much better than I thought he would be. And Austin Gomber, another one, way better than I thought he would. Not the greatest ERA, but a solid FIP, solid whip, right? So yeah, he's doing really, really solid. Kyle Freeland, he has been struggling. He's not been that good. And Peter Lambert, he's only started a few games, 9 games started. Well, I guess not a few games. He's started pretty much as anyone else. I just feel like he's pitched less, and you can see it. Yeah, 41 innings pitched. But yeah, hasn't been great. Julian Fernandez, he has struggled, but Alex Colomé has been an absolute monster. He's doing great, and again, he will probably be traded. He's on a 1-year deal. So awesome that he's doing real good. Other than that, nothing real special. Daniel Bard is back up. I guess Jordan Sheffield's done fine, and in the brief time Jake Bird's been up, he's also done very solid. Now we move on to our lineup, and it's another reason we're doing pretty darn good. You go to batting average, Randall Grichuk, he's turned it around. He's playing well now. 836 OPS, I'll take that every day of the week. Elias Diaz, he is playing really well, and I'm in a weird position with Elias Diaz, because on one hand, I do want to trade him with how well he's playing. His value is probably pretty good. But we have a few more years of him, and we have Drew Romo developing, not ready to go yet, so maybe we hold him for another year or two. Then behind him, Brandon Rogers, who has been playing very well. He's on pace to hit 28 home runs. Also playing well, perpetually plays well, though, I should say. It's going to be Charlie Blackmon. He's always been solid. He's being solid. He's fine with the bat. And anyone else really stepping up? I mean, CJ Crone, that's really been it. We've had a fine offense, I guess. Ryan Velarde, he is up. I believe we sent down Connor Joe. And then if you go to the injured list, though, Chris Bryant in the 35 games was hitting so well. Over 1,000 OPS, 365 batting average, 5 home runs. Pretty sure, and he's still a 1.91 player, almost a 2-win player right now. I'm pretty sure that if you went to statistics, right there, he's still, like, if you go on the sidebar when simulating, still one of the top guys. Mike Trout already with 20 home runs. What? He's on pace for 65. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's really been him and Trey Turner. By him, I mean Chris Bryant and Trey Turner in the National League, which is to be expected. So, I think we're going to go up to the draft, we'll go up to the draft. We'll do international free agent signing, then I'll do the draft and trade deadline next episode, but we'll go up to the draft date in this one, and then that'll probably do it. So, let's go to the international free agent signing period. It's the International Free Agent Signing Day, International Amateur Free Agent Signing Day, and you can see right there, it's Friday, July 1st, 2022, And I don't know if it's a glitch or maybe because it's the first season or something, but there's barely any free agents, international amateur free agents. So I went to game settings. I'm like, what's this? This is weird. Well, I have it at where it's defaulted to be. So I'm just going to say that it's a weird glitch, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to sign anyone. When it comes to the disabled list, we got Ryan Rollison. He's back. He's done fine in his first 2 appearances. 9 Ks, wow, per 9 Ks per 9, so solid there. And Scott Oberg, he hasn't pitched yet, but he is also back. Meanwhile, you saw it, 19 days left on the Chris Bryant rehab assignment. Well, that's the max that we could do is 19 days. You have 20 days total, so it was just yesterday that he was cleared to go. And we're going to try to get him back probably around this Arizona series. Don't want to hold him down there too long. We're going to rush him back a little bit. But yeah, 34 and 42, coming back to earth. I'm going to come back at the draft. Of course, Chris Bryant will be back. We'll go over the stats there and talk about the plan for the rest of the season. Today is the draft, and it is the day where Chris Bryant has come back. I decided to wait until we get a home series, right? Because I figured it just made sense, and it happened to coincide on the day of the draft. So, draft day numbers. Herman Marquez has struggled a bit more, but overall still doing solid. Oh, as is Anthony Santazella, Austin Gomber, Freeland still struggling, Lambert struggling. Junior Fernandez, though, in good news, has definitely done a lot better. Meanwhile, it's been the other direction for Alex Colomé, who's gone way worse, but still not doing horrendous overall. Scott Oberg, since he's come back in 4 games, has been pretty good. Same with Ryan Rollison. But other than that, yeah, not too much good from the pitching, but not too much. I mean, you can't expect too much. And if we have 3 fine starters, I'm very cool with that, especially in the first season at Coors Field, right? And then looking OPS, don't worry about Chris Bryant. It's bad when you're at Coors Field and the top OPS is 830, right? And that's Randall Grichuk, who has done very solid, probably going to get traded. It stinks that Elias Diaz has cooled down. Maybe should have traded him while the market was hot. Along with Brendan Rodgers, who has also cooled down. The offense as a whole has cooled down, along with the team, now 39 and 47. But the first-year player draft is going to be next episode. It is today. I'm not going to import the 2022 draft results because it hasn't happened. OSA mock draft, we have the 10th pick. They have us getting Cam Collier, which I would be very cool with. All that and more next episode. But quickly before we end this episode, I just wanted to say thank you for all the new viewers that came in and watched episode 1. It was a genuine, great surprise, and I hope that a lot of you come back, watch this episode and the rest of the series, because I really am committed to making this series something special. The videos aren't too hard to make, right? They fit in pretty well with my schedule, and I really love Out of the Park baseball, and I love baseball in general. So thank you for watching. I'm CJ Ambers, or CJ Ambers 05, and I will see you next time.